All right, Jim, starting the process of your engine work. Now, these are not your rods. This is just showing you what Steve is doing, setting up the machine to bore out the bushings in here to fit the wrist pins. So it's the machine that is accurate to 4 decimal places, right?
Yep.
Very cool. Very unusual machine, very rare. Steve restored this one where it works like brand new. Anyway, just showing you that. While he's doing that, I'm going to go over here. Got your crank set up and going to show you I have checked clearances on 2 of the rod right now. So there's 1.5 is the white, and then over to the green is 2. So we're right in between 1.5 to 2 thousandths clearance, which is fabulous. And back here, this one's a little bit wider, and we are at between 1.5, 2,000, no, 1 to 1.5, 2 thousandths. So it's a little bit tighter on this one, but within specification. So now I'm going to put this on the tripod. I'm going to remove the plastic gauge and put the rods back on without the plastic gauge. We're going to check the fit and the swing. The plastic gauge doesn't come off quite as easily with plastic here like the old stuff did. Yeah, what? Oh, the new plastic gauge is a little bit stickier. Yeah, a little bit stickier. Use some B12, see if it comes off with that. Yeah, B12 takes it right off.
B12 in the shop is equivalent of was it Windex in my big fat Greek wedding?
You know it. Okay, now we still I've yet to drill the holes here off center for the rods. As you can see, the rod holes, here's where the bushings fit, and you can see the oiling holes are offset, so we're going to drill these shells. But right now, I'm going to install the number 1 rod and see how it fits and swings without plastic gauge in there. Make sure we're still on camera. Yeah, okay. Now I am going to replace your bolts and nuts. These were bunged up. I had to chase the threads on them, which is something you should not have to do. So I did that just for fitting up purposes, but we're going to put in new rods and new nuts. These have served their purpose. In fact, here's an example of why we're doing this. The nut isn't even going to screw on here, so that's an example of a bad nut, because I already chased the threads on the bolts. In fact, here's a different style of nut. So we've had some people here screwing around with your stuff. So now I'm going to snug this down. Now I'm going to torque it, 28 foot-pounds. know this is like paint drying, but this is what it takes. Okay, looking good. Let's do the other one. Here's number 4. You can see what's left of the factory electric pencil or whatever you want to call it on there. I've already oiled these up, so we got oil on threads. It's a bad nut. I gotta get rid of that. Or chase the threads on it so I can use it temporarily. Well, here's another bad nut. That's why we're gonna replace these things. Well, fine, how do you do? This number 4 rod is locking up. I'll be damned. Huh. Well, that's the end of this video for the time being. We haven't even got this thing torqued and the rod's locking up. So now we got to find out what's going on. It looks like we got no side-to-side clearance, so we got a problem with this rod. Okay, I'm glad we're doing this, and now you know why we do it.